What's up, everybody? Welcome to
The Breakdown.
The Breakdown. And it's a special breakdown because it's Miss Rebecca's birthday. She's turning 21. She can drink it finally.
Yes, I've been waiting for this day.
She may or may not have vodka in a drink she has right now. That was a healthy drink that she made into an adult beverage. Adulting.
Yes, adulting for sure.
But it is a fitting episode 3 for this month, a month of March, as it's her birthday, and we're celebrating the female artists and musicians for the month. So this is for women who rock.
Yes.
So dedicated to all the ladies out there, including
Women who
Rebecca.
rock. Yes, and me. I'm in rock. I just don't like play an instrument or sing or anything, you know?
Still the music industry.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's always, I think it's a good topic because it's like, even within the last decade, I think women musicians and artists have just like, it's increased, you know, from like early 2000s, like when everyone's like, oh my God, look at Paramore. Oh, that's so cool. A girl's in a band.
100%. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more prominent now, for sure.
Or I remember Meg and Dia. I don't remember if you remember them.
Yes, I loved them.
Monsters, what do I feel?
Oh my gosh.
Because when everyone thinks about them, you know, they think of Joan Jett, you know, Lita Ford, Stevie Nicks. Obviously, I mean, in the rock sense, you know, then just, you know, Janet Jackson, Shania Twain, Dixie Chicks, and all that good stuff. But I'm like, in the rock industry, those are like always the big names that you think of. Then the Amy Lee back in the day too.
Yeah, Heart.
Yeah.
Debbie Harry. Yeah. Pat Benatar.
Yeah. Good old Pat.
Good old Pat. Oh, we go way back.
My stepmom was the largest Pat Benatar fan in the whole freaking world. She even was like, she was such a big fan, she became friends basis with Pat and got always to go to her special like benefit shows, which only had like 50 people in it.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was gnarly.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I didn't appreciate it as much as I should have.
Oh, I know. Now you're like, well, shit, that was actually really fucking cool.
But let's bounce back some of our favorite female musicians and artists out there. You can kick it off.
I will start with the classics. I feel like most people are gonna say Stevie Nicks. I just don't know how you couldn't love her in Fleetwood Mac and her solo stuff. She's just a vibe all around, you know?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to like dance around and crank up her music? But and I think we just discovered she's the first woman who was, what is it, nominated?
Twice nominated
for the Rock and Roll Hall.
Inducted twice.
Inducted, yes, absurd.
Yeah. Inducted for Fleetwood Mac and then herself.
Yeah. That is epic.
First woman to do it twice. What are you doing with your life now? Not you, but everybody else.
I was like, I mean, really nothing close to that, but thanks for reminding me.
No.
Yeah. Let's see, Stevie. I think. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say you should bring her up so we can all see her lovely face and glory.
Good old Stevie.
She probably still looks better than me. I
She
didn't even
she
I
looks fantastic for her age.
I even brought up like if Joan Jett ever hit on me on a bar, I will totally like to take Joan Jett on a date.
I would take Joan Jett on a date too. Uh, I would take all these lovely ladies on a date.
Oh
There
wow.
she is, Stevie in all her glory. Like, look at her. She's who inspired my bangs. I don't have them right now, but who doesn't
She kind of
back
looks like
in
a
the
blonde
day?
Princess Leia.
She kind of does.
Totally. That's right there. That's almost like Carrie Fisher face, but with blonde hair.
Yeah. I don't think I ever realized how similar they looked. Oh, I have to show this one. Here is Harry Styles with Stevie
um,
Nicks. They have a wonderful friendship, and it just warms my heart. Yeah, she looks great. A little Fleetwood action. Killing it. Still making music. A badass bitch. Love her. All right.
I have to say, my first one was just because one, I was a teenager and I thought she looked kick ass as hell. I was like, dang, this girl can rock. She probably can kick my ass, but dang, she is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
I- It's Brody from the Distillers.
You have to pull her up now so we can see how cool she looks.
They're really, I think they were a really underrated punk rock band back in the day. Um, she ended up dating the lead singer from Rancid, and that's when she stopped being in Distillers because they did the whole family thing. I've only seen them once, and it was like I think 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I can pick it up. We had to. It was funny because we had to rush over there. It was Rise Against. It was Misfits, Rise Against, Distillers, and I think one other band.
Oh
Uh,
my gosh.
Punk at heart.
Yes, her hair is incredible.
Like hell yeah. Snake bites and all.
Mm-hmm.
But I had such a fat crush on her when I was in high school. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is amazing.
And her voice was so cool. I digged her voice. Like I
That is something.
had such like I would say a young Joan Jett vibe to it, just like the
Mm-hmm.
raspiness behind it, but like edgier.
Yeah.
I'm getting flashbacks. I want to get back into my Vans and my skateboard. Back when Jackass was still on TV and MTV still had music.
The good old days.
The good days. But
Dang. I missed out. I never listened to them.
what
I know. Now
we-
I
we're
will.
we're
To
making a
go.
Women in Rock playlist, right? We're all gonna do that and put pitch in on that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that needs to happen, and they're gonna be on there.
Mhm. Perfect.
It was such a great punk night. Even though I like Rise Against, but like I'm not the diehard Rise Against fan. We were racing. I had free tickets for Misfits with Danzig, so Danzig joined them too. In LA, not Rancid, Misfits, Rise Against, Distillers, and there was one other band. I forgot who it was, but we were stuck in LA traffic. We had an Uber ride, and we were getting on the off ramp to get down to it, and we were like, "Fuck, we're gonna miss Distillers." And so we hopped out of the Uber and jumped over.
Hmm.
We running down the off ramp, hopped over it and sprinted across. My friend had $100 and bribed the security dude. They let us
Oh my
cut, and we finally got to the Distillers like 2 songs in.
damn. You
Bribed the
and your
security
friends.
guards.
Yeah,
It still works.
that is wild.
Oh, Jake
That
was
made
there
me
too. That's right. Jake was with us. Oh my God, it was so funny. We had to,
unsurprising.
because they separated the pit by like VIP pit and just like general pit. So like the cool people pit, and then the rich super people pit that looked down at the peasants pit.
Hmm.
And so Jake tried to crowd surf over it, and
Of course.
as soon as he did, security grabbed him so hard, boom, and just dropped him.
They're like, we do not care.
Yeah, that was a cool night. That was fun.
That's amazing. I you said she was one of the like first women you remember.
Yeah.
I was trying to think who that was for me, and they're not like hardcore rock, they're more like pop rock, but I remember when I was younger, I was like really into the Bangles,
Oh,
and they do the Walk Like the Egyptian song, which I was like obsessed with. Um, and I loved the guitarist Susanna Hoffman, I think is her name. Susanna Hoff, sorry. Um, I thought she was amazing, and I wanted to be her. Then also, um, I loved Heart because I would play their songs on freaking Guitar Hero. So like, oh, I'll pull them up because they are amazing. Um, Ann Wilson did I guess it was a hard cover, but she did a performance of Stairway to Heaven in front of like Robert Plant and Jimmy and everyone, and it was like it gave me chills. It's so good.
that's
Like
so cool.
they were crying. I'm like, okay, if Robert Plant's crying, I'm crying too. Like,
I'm not crying. You're crying.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Let me see. Okay, if you type in Heart on Google, the band does not pop up.
So you got to put Heart the
Yeah.
band.
Surprise. Okay, pull them up. They're badass. They're sisters. Little 80s outfit action. I think this is more so them now.
Dang.
I know. This is them back in the day. So badass. They are awesome. Like Barracuda is my jam. Like play that on Guitar Hero.
Barracuda. I think that was even good. It was probably Guitar Hero 3. I think it was that one.
Let's see. Guitar Hero. Nope. Does it say?
Oh, it doesn't say which one they were featured in. I remember though. Oh, Guitar Hero 2.
Oh,
Is it?
Guitar Hero too.
Oh, okay. I remember it was one of them. The
You were
early one.
close. You were close.
God, Guitar Hero. I was literally just watching the South Park episode the other day of Guitar Hero. They were
I
so
don't think
addicted.
I've seen that one.
They were so addicted to playing it. Stan's dad, Randy, comes in. He's like, "Oh, you guys think that's cool? Check this out." He brings out an actual guitar and starts playing "Don't Fear the Reaper." And he's playing the whole thing, and then after he's done, they all go, "Ha, that's gay. We're gonna keep playing our game now."
Oh God. I've never seen that one.
um, someone I really just freaking one after meeting her and then seeing them live at Jose Mangan's had when we were still doing shit. He always did these Taco Tuesday, Metal Tuesdays, and have like a taco metal truck, and he put it all together, and they just be like a private, intimate thing. And they did it with Ginger, and
Mm,
Tatiana from Ginger is, I would say, the nicest person in the world. And just her voice is so incredible. Like this one,
mhm.
when you hear that this demonic growl, it's gnarly. You don't think a girl can do that, but then
Right.
she can clean it up so well, and she can have like this Gwen Stefani, no doubt kind of ska funk to it. It's so sick.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, she's badass.
and and for the longest time, I even had her as my phone background for one of the Revolver. Hell, there was a Revolver issue, and this like um the photo was so cool that I was like, dang, I need this to have that as a phone background. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like,
That's
how
badass.
boss is that? That just looks so boss.
That's so cool.
But like, I think I don't remember which
And
one.
that's awesome she was on the cover too.
That issue sold out so fast that I never grabbed it. I was like, dang it.
Mhm.
I didn't even have a chance. I was like, damn it, this sucks. Oh, this was cool. They've been doing like a lot. I like these one take videos that bands are doing right now, where
Yeah, that's cool.
they just record the whole video in one take. At least I'm hoping they're doing it in one take. And her tattoos are freaking awesome. Like
Mhm.
they make me jealous. Oh, this is one. This is what I'm talking about. It'll go from like this nice ska funk little pop to it. There we go.
We came from the land where kindness equals weakness. Feelings are conditional and help
And they're from, I believe they're from the Ukraine too.
Hmm.
Ah, it gives me the chills.
It's just so cool to see, or I guess hear someone go from singing like that into screaming. Like, it just blows my mind. I mean, I don't know the like how to properly do that with my voice, but I don't know, it's just always so cool. And like um we have a family friend whose son was in a band, and he was in a band with his girlfriend, and they were like decently big over in Europe, I think. And this is when I was a lot younger. I think they were called like Estuary of Calamity or something. I don't know. It was a metal band, and the girlfriend was the one who did all the screaming, and I was like, that is so fucking badass. Like, it just blew my mind that it was the female in the band was doing it. So I just thought that was super cool.
I know it takes so much practice too, especially like on that kind of level to switch
Yeah.
gears like
Oh
that.
yeah.
Because a lot of those bands, like their early stuff, they were just straight screamo, just
Hmm.
straight guttural, and then they added in the clean vocals. And I just know there's so much training involved. People don't realize it's like being a metal singer is so hard.
Yeah, there's so much training. I remember like when I first started listening to stuff like that, I always tried to like do it myself, and like it hurts because I'm not doing it right. Like if you do it right, it doesn't hurt, and it sounds a lot better when you use the techniques you're supposed to. Like a lot goes into it. You're not just like casually growling or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Who was another female icon you appreciated?
Um, Another one, probably Pat Benatar. I don't know if we said anything about her yet. Like all the classic women, like especially that were in the 80s. I feel like I just grew up listening to a lot of 80s music, but Pat Benatar, Debbie Harry, Joan Jett, and the Runaways, 100%. Like all of them that paved the way for everyone that's here today.
One, I just never, when I was younger, the only ones I ever really knew about really was Pat Benatar and Lita Ford.
Hmm.
Because I mean, also back then, back in like the 90s and shit, like, you couldn't find artists as easy as you could now. And then it wasn't until the MySpace days, I found the Stillers, Megan Dia, Paramore,
Hmm.
YouTube, first days of YouTube coming out, Kitty, heavy metal band Kitty from
Oh yeah,
Canada.
Kitty.
Kitty, the first like all
Yeah, they are amazing. They have a documentary out. I
I s-
believe it's on Amazon, and I highly recommend watching it. Like even if you're
yeah,
not a fan, I think it's just like a really fun watch.
you can watch it for free on an app called Tubi.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Tubi has a crap load of documentaries on there, and they had that on there. I'm like, whoa, I forgot about Kitty.
Yeah, I watched that over the summer, and it was a really good documentary. Their story's pretty cool.
Let's bring up the Kitty. Pretty Kitty.
Kitty.
Pretty Kitty.
Yeah, one of my friends used to be friends with Kitty like in their early days and would go to like met them at Red Rocks and then ended up like hanging out with them at random shows afterwards. It's like
They
a
were
freaking
high
small
schoolers
world.
when they put out this first.
Yeah.
They were high schoolers, and it's funny. Their bassist, she didn't even know how to play the bass. She lied, saying she knew how to play the bass to join the band, and then she figured out how to play the bass while in the band.
Literally pulling a Nikki Six. Like
And they're bumping like they're repping the full nostalgia on their Instagram. Their Instagram is popping right now.
yeah, their Instagram is awesome. I like that they like still like go through because they've had some lineup changes throughout the years, but they still obviously cover everyone
Yeah,
who is in it, which I think is really cool.
I love that they're still relevant. Like people have not forgot about them.
Hmm.
They're like right here, 5.6 million streams still. That's awesome
Yeah, that's amazing.
for
And I don't
being
know.
like such a young band. Like I don't think they really even got, unfortunately, like to a peak moment in their career, but like
Hmm.
for them to still be relevant enough for people to listen to them.
Yeah, because I don't know when they released. When's the last time they released something other than the documentary? Let's look. 2011?
Yeah, that's a long
No,
time.
I guess they released. Oh, in 2018 they released a live album, but
Those don't count.
yeah,
We
the
don't
last
count
time
those.
they released like new music was 2011.
Yeah,
So
that's
the
a
fact that
minute.
they are getting millions of streams still is amazing.
Yeah, and it's funny, that documentary, they're all adults now too. They all look like just like this regular moms living their life, talking about, yeah, we were in this rock band.
I love it. I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, I definitely remember. I think like in high school, I think maybe it was called like Last FM or something, but that's like where I found like Paramore and Megan Dia and all those people. Um I don't know, I feel like those were like the main women. And I think like my parents did a good job of introducing me to a lot of music, but like back then there was all those like compilation CDs were big where like
Yeah,
featured various artists, and I think that's where like I probably heard the Runaways or Pat Benatar or something too. So
Yeah. Someone I guess newer I'm really a big fan of. And one is just because I like they're a rock family. She became a guitar player because of her dad. And now they're in a band together. And it's a father-daughter band. And her dad, I swear to God, he looks just like Nuno Betancourt. Like I interviewed them last year, and they're from Missouri. They're called Paralandra. Very talented. She has a voice that reminds me so much of um and where's her dad? That's her and her dad. They literally they're actually touring right now. They've been touring with Tantric out in the Midwest, and they're doing shows. But look at that. They're literally father and daughter rocking out. So freaking
that's so
dope.
rad.
Like
I
that's-
love that.
like what
I
kind of
love
that's the
I
best
love a
family
family
ever.
band. Yeah.
I'm trying to find a good photo of him because he's always whipping his hair around, so you never see his face. Oh, here we go. I think is that him? Or is that their bass player? I think that's their that's their bass player.
Yeah, so he looks pretty young.
Well, he does even look young regardless.
Mhm.
His hair is just so majestic.
I love it.
But let's bring up here. And it does suck that they're better as a touring band, like in more like marketing sense, because they thrive on tour, which I'm glad they can tour right now.
Mhm.
Because that's where their bread and butter is, making fans, like, and getting new fans throughout there. I think this is their newest. No, they had one new one too. Yeah, Level Win. There we go. Yeah, that's their newest one. But it's like they're incredibly talented. Like I respect her for being able to sing and play the way she does live too. That's incredibly hard. I want hair like that.
Oh,
So in the family, they have musicians and they have hair.
yeah. Oh, we love that combo. Speaking of what family bands, there's this band that I found on social media, and now that we are growing so much on TikTok, I keep getting comments to check them out. But there's a band called Liliac.
Why do they sound familiar? They sound familiar.
They've probably shown up on your For You page. So it's like a band of siblings. They're all like really young, but it's fronted by one of the sisters, and then the other sister
Oh, I've seen
is
them
the
before.
drummer, I think.
Yeah.
But her voice is incredible.
Their guitar player follows me on Instagram. That's why it sounds familiar. Okay.
Her voice kind of sounds like not like that close to Maria Brink, but like kind of that vibe, I guess. I don't know. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I remember one I saw he followed me. I took a look at their band, and then they had dropped a Holy Diver.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
they
that
just
cover.
did a Dio cover.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, they were on America's Got Talent.
Oh, that I did not know. let's see. Let's see this one.
And of course, when they were on there, they did a safe song of "Piece of My Heart."
Oh,
I'm like, bro, you
I
gotta
wonder.
come
I wonder how much of a say they had in what
music.
they played. Yeah.
Um, yeah, I always wonder too, like when people want to do that, how much they can do, like what songs they
Mhm.
can choose.
Yeah, here I'll play
They
this
must like
one.
they must like Dio a lot because there's another cover of them. They did "Rainbow in the Dark."
Hmm. They're pretty. Let's see.
Oh, you didn't turn your volume on,
No.
like on the selection.
Oh my gosh. Why do I suck at this?
Okay,
Oh,
I'll edit it out.
all right. I'm going to play their video. All right.
I love everything about that kid's cornrows.
I'm just like blown away at her voice. I don't know.
Yeah, that's such a
Crazy.
mature sounding voice. It almost sounds like a Miley Cyrus in a rock version. Yeah, like that's for her. I'm sure she must be like in 17, maybe 18. So
Yeah, I don't know how old she is. I know the drummer is 21, and then I think the other ones are younger than, like,
yeah,
the guitarist is super young.
yeah, they all look
They-
crazy
They're
young.
all like very young. So it's just like wild to hear that voice coming from her. But um who else?
Damn, they've covered a bunch of it. They covered Paranoid. Damn, they did. Jeez, they did a bunch of stuff.
They cover a bunch of people and they have a very good following on social media. Like, I kid you not, I have received a ton of comments telling me to check them out. I'm like, I've heard of them. Don't worry.
Do they have their own music though, or they just do covers?
I think they have their own music. I'm pretty positive. I'm pretty sure they have an EP out.
Okay.
At least.
Because it's just that was always a big fear. Like when some bands like they get famous from doing their covers, which is really cool, like
Mhm.
these little cool super group bands, and that's all they do. But then when you hear their music, you're kind of like, ah,
Yeah. Okay, so they have a full album, which they released last year. And then it looks like they released some covers. And then an EP of sorts. But yeah, they have an album and it's all original, it looks like. Let's
well, that's a good transition to what is new music. I mean, we crap load of new music came out last week. Freaking February. I know some new stuff came out this week, or newish music that I like. I didn't even. Rob Zombie came out with a new album too.
Oh, didn't even know.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my god, here we go, pop up with new music again.
So since we're talking about women in music, I'm gonna talk about here, I guess are we pulling them up? One that released is Van Dalskin.
Dalskin?
Yes.
Oh,
I saw them at my very last Warped Tour. And I love them, but they are down. I think they used to have like 4 members, and then this past year they lost 2, so now they're down to 2. But they still sound incredible. So I'm gonna play their new song, Control Freak.
Ooh.
All right.
Why should I hold on so tight? No one to leave, not fight or fight. Gotta end this life, this chaotic ride. It's not devouring, consuming me. The fog won't clear for me to see what am I allowed to feel, so that I can learn to heal.
This totally gives me like just nice little homages to Warped Tour. I could totally see them on Warped Tour.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they were amazing at Warped Tour. Definitely fit for sure. Do you have one now?
I would say keeping on the women who rock. I found her by accident. It was interesting. I dig it. It's a lot of people wouldn't suspect that I dig it, but I am very musically open. I do not segregate my ears.
Mhm.
Her name is Maggie Lindemann. She released a song called Knife Under My Pillow. I was originally just the name caught me. I'm like, ooh, I like it.
Mhm.
Is she trying to like off somebody? I don't know.
Okay, I think I know who you're talking about, but yeah, she fun fact, she was in MGK's movie that he just did.
Oh, the
Downfalls
musical?
High.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to freak you out, but I hear
But I mean, it makes sense because that totally sounds like an MGK album with his new one
Yeah.
that he came out.
Mhm.
Except for I don't agree with the Miley Cyrus look, but I still vibe with it.
Mhm.
I rock with it.
Yeah. She has another song that I really liked too. Let me look it up.
It must be an LA thing because I see like so many people in LA have that swinging gold circular chair. The circle chair with the little thing in there that everyone has to have it in a music video for people in LA.
LA things. I won't do them again because I chose one of their songs last week, but I do want to bring them up. Last week I
Tetrarch.
mentioned Tetrarch. And I just wanted to give a shout out to Diamond Rowe because she's so fucking badass and she shreds on the guitar. And I feel like she's always improving and like breaking records or whatever, getting titles. Like, I don't know, she's just on the up and up. And I just needed to give her a shout out in this video because she's amazing and she makes me wish I played guitar.
You still can play.
Okay, you talked me into it. I'll play a different song. I'll do last week I did You Never Listen, but I'll do I'm Not Right for this one.
It's never too late to learn the guitar.
True. You know, maybe that'll be my goal. That'll be my goal for my 30th. All right. What am I doing? I have to share my screen. Okay.
such new metal vibes.
Hmm.
And it's nice to see another bass player singer step up too. Those are rare breeds.
Hmm. Yeah, so that was Diamond and her band Tetrarch. Their album comes out next month. She's badass. I think more stuff's coming because she's been posting some stuff on social media, so
Well, we
she
do
just
have
keeps
to
doing badass shit.
always talk about, and they just came out with their brand new album, Everybody and Their Mama, The Pretty Reckless.
Yes, 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 yes.
They're hopped over everything in the world right now, at least in the female rock. Like Sirius XM was bumping them like crazy.
Which I do love the Pretty Reckless. And this song is really good.
I mean, I kind of dig it, but like they say it's with Tom Morello, but it's like it doesn't sound Tom Morello. It sounds like, you know, just like a normal cool riff from them, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
The children lost their minds, begging for forgiveness was such a waste of time. And the bullets start to fly, and the bells about to break.
Like I listened to this album. I've given this album so many good takes and listens to, and I don't know, it's just not vibing with me too much on a personal taste. Personal, you know, like it just didn't. Like I like some of the other stuff they did, but like I guess the hype train that everyone put this album on, I think that may have just kind of made it like they were making it like the next Lizzie Hale album, you know? And it was
Yeah.
just, no. That didn't happen. Nothing happened. Swear nothing happened. But I still like I dig the song, but not like love it. Love it.
Love it, yeah. That's okay. I mean, you don't have to love everything people put out, you know?
I still respect it. I dig some of the stuff. I give it a hard listens. I give everything hard listens, especially when I'm going to the bathroom. I love listening to music when I'm going to the bathroom.
Thank you for telling us.
It's called the poop test. You know, you got to put some music on there. Got the paper, blasting the music. You know, everyone has a shower test while they're playing music in the shower. I got the poop test.
That's fair. I prefer the shower test, but oh gosh. I like to test my music everywhere. We got to do a shower test, a car test, a headphone test, a speaker test. We got to do them all.
Even a workout test.
Even a workout test. You're right. Can I work out to this? Does this pump me up or does it make me want to quit?
I've pushed those limits too. I've even worked out the Jack Johnson. It can be done.
It could be done. I don't know how inspired it would get. Oh gosh. That's funny.
But it was definitely a good wrap up for Women's Month for women
Yes.
who rock.
And there's so many more we didn't cover, so
I know
go listen to them all.
there are a lot, and I would say definitely within this last decade, women musicians and artists have just like stepped up. You know, Nita Strauss, phenomenal guitar player. The Iron Maidens, you know, all female Iron Maiden cover band.
Yes.
There are
Yep.
so many up there. A good friend of mine, Justine, who's in a band called Blue Midnight. She's an amazing front woman. There's just so many. There's a lot. I'm so stoked to see that.
There's so many. Yeah. I'll put a playlist together and we can share that too. So people can listen to who we talked about and who we didn't get to talk about.
And there's going to be an article coming out on Banded.
And an article, bandedpr.com. It's coming out on International Women's Day, which is Monday, March 8th. So the same day this comes out.
Exactly. What a perfect correlation. It's like it was meant to be.
Meant to be. It's like we knew what we were doing.
Yeah. Not really. We fake it till we make it. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching Breakdown.
Thank you for tuning in.
Add all these female rockers to your list. If you never heard of some of them, give them a listen to. Great recommendations. Go back to the classics. Listen to Heart. Listen to Pat Benatar, Fleetwood Mac. Maybe get some punk rock with Distillers. Don't break down your
Yes.
walls. You can do the Liberty Spikes, so bring back the Liberty Spikes. I'll fuck with that.
Yeah.
But thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.